What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Here is another episode. Touchline Talks match review, match day review. West Brom versus Manchester United. As we all know, the score ended West Brom 1, Manchester United 1. Same story, different week. Same story, different game. However you want to say it, but we're all beginning to sound like broken records now. It's crazy. Every day I tune in to watch Manchester United, I know what to expect. I tuned in today about 5 minutes into the game. We were already one goal down. It's crazy. I just have a quick 3 points today from that game. Obviously, the first one, which leads to the first goal, which is Maguire and Lindelof are just not good enough. They are not good enough. The first goal with Lindelof. Yes, people could argue that Diagne, well, what's his name, had his face on Lindelof. You could say that, but football, old school football, that was allowed. Like we had defenders. You think about your Ray Pollars from Arsenal that used to leave the field bleeding. So I think Lindelof needs to be a lot stronger in those challenges. He was already going to ground before DNA had that challenge on him, and then we take it to the second half with Maguire, where same thing, he gets pressured, pushed off the ball, and falls flat on his face in our box. Luckily, Diagne is not an experienced striker. This kid could have been on a hat trick today, but he kept fluffing, missing his chances. Which shows you that if we were playing a team that actually did have quality up front, this game could have easily been, we could have lost this game probably like 4-1 today. People are not taking that in. We had, throughout the course of the game, we had about 78% possession and only 4 shots on target the entire game. That is extremely poor. So what are we doing with all this possession? Sideways passing, in and out. So guys, Maguire, Lindelof are just not good enough. But Ole is going to keep playing these two guys. Bayu was fit today, but surprisingly, no Bayu on the field. Ole might give an excuse that he's trying to, rest him and make sure he doesn't get another knock. But certain other players, the moment they're fit, they're starting back on the team. So to me, my point is Maguire and Lindelof are just not good enough. Just not good enough. They need to get stronger. Something needs to happen. At this point, we're talking about one center back. We might actually need 2 center backs now because I just don't trust Maguire anymore. I don't trust Lindelof. I don't trust De Gea. I just don't trust those 3. So we're probably going to have to get a new keeper and 2 center backs. It's just unacceptable. It's crazy. Second point, lack of system. We do not have a system. For those of you that are still supporting Ole, still supporting this, I just don't get it. I just don't get, are we watching the same games? Are we actually watching the same games? Because if we really are, then you have to look at yourself in the mirror and ask, what system are we trying to play? No player seems to have a role. Like I look around the field. What is Rashford's role? What is Cavani's role? What is Martial's role? What is Bruno's role? What is McFred? Your McTominay and Fred. What is their role? What is their role? Today, we had our center backs dictating play today because our midfield couldn't get on the ball. Our midfield wasn't creating enough. So our strikers had to keep coming so deep to try to get the ball. When we have a system whereby it's the same pattern of play, Maguire, De Gea passes the ball to Maguire. Maguire either passes it wide to Luke Shaw or passes it straight ahead to Fred. And then Fred either passes it to Wan-Bissaka on the right or Shaw on the left. It's the same pattern of play, and then we try to make an extra pass, and then we lose the ball, and then we're back at it again. And this is it. Game after game. It's the same build-up play, very slow, very predictable, extremely predictable. Like, I don't understand. Like, the sub today, we're trying to score. We had no control in the midfield. We couldn't create. We couldn't create in the midfield. Like, we had to rely on Maguire coming up front to create. Like, that's bad when your center back has to do a lot of the creating for you. That's absolutely poor. Huge parts of the game, Bruno was found on our 18-yard box trying to get the ball. Our midfield is absolutely dead when you have the McTominay and Fred pivot with Bruno. It's literally non-existent. But Ole can't see that. To Ole, that's a perfect plan. And then he needs a sub. We need to score a goal. We need to take control of the game. He takes up Martial and brings on Greenwood. Greenwood had a good game when he came on. Greenwood has been having quite a good game in the last couple of games. But why not take off Greenwood? I mean, why not bring on Greenwood and maybe take off McTominay or Fred? Take off one of those two, because those two are not working together. Take one of them off. We're trying to score a goal. We're trying to get control of the game. But you take like for like. You take off Martial to do what? You take off Martial and bring in Greenwood. The problem was not our strikers. Our strikers did not get the chance that they needed to score goals. So the issue was not our strikers. The issue was our midfield. Because our midfield didn't have enough ball possession. They were not creating enough for our forwards. But what did Ole do? Took a striker and brought in another striker. To do what? To do what? And then finally, I was actually very shocked that he brought in Van de Beek on. I was absolutely shocked. Kudos to him for actually taking the initiative to bring on Van de Beek. But at that point, it was too late. The game was done. Like, it's crazy. Like I said, Diagne, West Brom's forward, could be on a hat trick, could have been on a hat trick if he was a bit more clinical. He could have easily been on a hat trick. And this is what I'm saying about lack of system, guys. This is why, with the way we're playing, with this system, we are winning nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing this season. And it's probably going to be the same next season. You can talk about, if Jadon Sancho was here, it would be different. If Neymar was here, it would be different. If Sergio Ramos was here, it would be different. It's not going to be different. If Haaland was here, it would be different. It's not going to be different. Ole can go out in the market and get whoever he wants. But we all know it's going to be the exact same story, because there is no game plan. There is no structure. It's basically go out there and express yourselves. You can't build a business with no plan. That's why it's called a business plan. You can't have a structure of an institution that is growing if you don't have a day-to-day game plan of what you want these players to do. Like I said, a lot of players out there are underperforming, and it's down to our system. The third point, and final point, is the title race is officially over. I know people might still be hanging on to there is a title race. At this point, I'm 100%. I believe that City has already won this race. Look at how City are playing versus how we are playing. It's worlds apart. Worlds apart. Like, you watch a City game, and sometimes I'm just like, God, can we just get Pep for 1 week? Can we just get Pep for 1 week, or get somebody for 1 week, so that way we can actually see, so that we can actually see the true potential of the players that we do have. Because right now we're not getting that. We're not seeing the full potential. People can say, "Oh, we're improving." Yes, we're second in the league, but we haven't really improved that much. We haven't really improved that much. I don't want Mourinho back, but the guy won 2 trophies in 2.5 seasons and finished second as well. Look at Ole. 60 something points last season. We're also projected to finish with another 60 something points this season. It's just absolutely poor. It's just poor overall. We were all gassed. Title race, 21, 21 in 2021 is coming. We were all excited. But sorry to break it to you guys, man. The title race is over because Ole has hit his ceiling and he doesn't know what to do anymore. How can you be lining up? How can we be playing West Brom, a bottom league team, and you're starting with two holding midfielders? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? This is when you should be having your ball players come in, whether it's Mata, whether it's Van de Beek, coming in, getting the play a bit more progressive. Get somebody like Beek who can advance the ball. He's a ball carrier. He can advance the ball quicker to Bruno, and then Bruno is able to release the ball quicker to our forwards. But you have 7 defenders playing against a low block. How does that even make sense? How does that make sense? You're playing 7 defenders against a low block. Guys, if we continue to tolerate this and accept this, we're not getting anywhere. We're being too soft on Ole. We're being too soft on Ole. Oh, Ole needs a center back. Oh, Ole needs this. Ole needs that. Ole needs this. Ole needs that. Ole isn't the only coach in world football. There's a lot of coaches that are doing way better with less quality. Ole has a lot of quality on that team, and he needs to start using it. Or he needs to get somebody that can help him use that quality. If I were the owners, Manchester United owners, the Glazers, they're also a part of the problem. They're a major part of Manchester United's problem. But if I were the Glazers, I would not trust Ole with a dime. I would not trust Ole with a dime because he spent 80 million on Maguire. Yes, you're allowed to make mistakes. Not every buy is going to be perfect. But there is so much quality on this team that we shouldn't be seeing this kind of performances. It's just dead and boring. Like, we're lucky that it's the pandemic, so we have nothing else to do but sit at home and watch TV. So that's why we can tolerate this. But imagine when fans are able to go into the stadium. Would you pay £1,000 ticket to watch this week in, week out? I know I wouldn't. That's a waste of money, first of all, in the freezing cold to watch this. We have to rely on another Bruno quality again. Amazing cross from Shaw, by the way. But once again, we don't know where the goals are going to come from. When you watch Manchester City play, it's like clockwork. Sterling is going to be at the corner and on the back post. And Gwendolyn is going to be coming into Gundogan is going to be running into the box. Like, you can kind of already picture how the goals are going to come. A lot of teams are like that. But with Manchester United, all we know is somebody's going to make something happen. But we don't know how it's going to happen. We don't know from who. We don't know how. We just know that something might happen. And once again today, a brilliant cross from Luke Shaw. What a sweet volley from Bruno with his wicked foot too. So this is it. And this is why when we keep relying on such performances or individual brilliance, we're not going to go far in the Europa League. Even if we make it into Champions League, we're probably going to crash it again, at best, knockout stage. Because this system, the team is good enough to go far in tournaments, but the system is just not good enough, guys. So, and, for those of you who are all Pogba out, Pogba out, Pogba out, Pogba out, this is the kind of football you're going to get without Pogba on that team. But if I were Pogba, I would leave, because this is not a team that is winning anything significant for the next couple of years. At least the next couple of years. This team is winning nothing. Yeah, I'll bite my tongue if Ole proves me wrong and we win something, then by all means we'll celebrate as a team. I just want to see Manchester United do well. I don't care who the manager is. I just want us to do well, and I want us to start enjoying football, because I haven't enjoyed watching Manchester United for a very, very long time. I just have not enjoyed it. I don't know about you guys, but this is just not football to me. This is like anybody could just run around the field for 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, we need to start demanding more from the board. We need to start demanding more from Ole and this club. This is unacceptable, guys. Absolutely unacceptable. But, anyways, very predictable. We know when Bruno, McTominay, Rashford are on that field, we know that Ole is not really making subs. And today, there really wasn't much that subs could do, because the system was just flat. The system was absolutely flat today. But anyways, I really appreciate those of you that tuned in. I really appreciate the support that you've been giving me. Please continue to smash the like button. Please subscribe. Please share the video. We don't only cover Manchester United content. We cover football content. I will be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. UK time, and 7 p.m. Paris time. We'll be touching on the knockout stage of the Champions League. I'm very excited about that. Even though Manchester is not in the Champions League, it's just nice to see European football and see, the best of the best compete against each other. So guys, once again, I really appreciate those of you that tuned in. Those of you that are watching, please continue to support the channel. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe, and please share. Till next time, we'll see you.